Yesterday, on January the 12th, Israel presented its case at the International Court of Justice to defend itself from its accusations of genocide brought on by South Africa, and I watched all of it so you don't have to. As expected, their defense argument was just completely full of lies as well as misleading and false claims. So in this video, we're going to be debunking some of these claims that attempt to deter from Israel's obvious genocidal intent. However, debunking everything is going to take a while, so this is only part 1 of the series. The first claim I'm tackling is that Israel has no genocidal intent since it's trying to mitigate civilian harm by providing safe routes for the Palestinians and prior notice to evacuate areas of intensive hostilities, as we can see in this clip here.
The IDF maintains a civilian harm mitigation unit to undertake this task. It works full-time to provide advance notice of areas in which the IDF intends to intensify its activities, coordinate travel routes for civilians, and secure these routes.
The main issue with this argument is that even if you had notified them of the areas in which you intend to target, as well as providing them with safe routes, you have still, on multiple occasions, targeted and bombed these civilian escape routes, as well as declared safe zones. And this is a quote from Al Jazeera. The Israeli army continued to bombard the territory south of Wadi Gaza, which it had repeatedly declared a safe area, where Palestinians from the north could seek safety, end quote. A New York Times investigation had also revealed that during the first half of the war, Israel routinely used one of its biggest and most destructive bombs in areas it designated safe for civilians. The 2,000-pound United States-made bombs dropped in safety zones posed a pervasive threat to civilians seeking safety across southern Gaza. Furthermore, the IDF have also provided unclear instructions as to where civilians are able to evacuate and which areas were deemed as safe. Some citizens from Gaza told the Washington Post that they were designated to travel in areas that were already under fire or filled with troops. Hussam Murad, a 39-year-old Gazan, was struggling to decipher a blur of mixed signals after bombs landed near his temporary shelter near Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis. Some IDF instructions to clear the area seemed to contradict the Israeli map, showing secure areas and no-go zones. He later went on to say that although we received leaflets, they were neither clear nor accurate, sometimes advising us to leave one area for another, only to be told to leave the new area later on. Israel has also created a situation where even when civilians intended to evacuate, the warnings to move often used street and neighborhood names that were unfamiliar to locals, and when they were able to decipher as to where they should go, the roads and streets in Gaza were heavily and severely damaged due to Israeli airstrikes. And as we all know, there's really no public transportation, and fuel there is already scarce as it is due to the tightening of the existing blockade. Another issue I have with this argument is that you justify bombing any area you want because you have previously warned all of its civilians to evacuate, which implies that you think all of the civilians there just listened to your instructions and left, which we all know is not true. Therefore, you are able to conduct your operation in any shape, way, or form that you want without taking any precaution to minimize civilian casualties. Again, just because you have warned them to leave does not justify you bombing them or doing whatever you want, because at this point we know that there are no safe areas left in Gaza.